is me Gayatri Prakash and welcome to my page. എല്ലാവർക്കും എൻ്റെ പേജിലോട്ട് സ്വാഗതം. So today I would like to discuss with you all about part B of reading in OET. Okay, because in my last video I have discussed with you all about part A of reading and how to do it within time limit. So here today I'm going to discuss with you about part B. As we all know that part B and C together they used to give 45 minutes, isn't it? So in which how much time we have to spend for part B and how much time we have to take for part C. First of all, we must know it because within 45 minutes we need to complete two parts. Part B have total 6 questions, which is multiple choice questions, and part C is already having total 16 questions. So which has to be completed also within the 45 minutes, isn't it? Which is also multiple choice questions. So in which how much time we can give for part B and how the way we can get the answer for the part B within given time period. Okay, and let's move on to it. For part B, first thing what we have to do is soon after receiving the question paper, the first thing we are going to do a part B, isn't it? So how much time for each question we can take, which means almost 2 minutes. I would say that lesser than 2 minutes is best option because part C, because of the less time, we are not giving much concentration on it and we are just choosing the answer just randomly, and there are 2 extract in part C, isn't it? So we are just picking the answer very randomly and then we are losing our mark end of the day. So in terms of to avoid that, first we need to go with the proper timing because time management is very important for part B and C. As usual, how much important we are giving for the part A. So they are giving 45 minutes, which means it's not mean that we can take half an hour or 15 minutes for part B. So within 12 minutes maximum, we have to try to finish the part B. So the remaining minutes that we can use it for part C. Okay, so for 6 questions, each question, if you take 2 minutes, exactly you can finish your part B in 12 minutes. So don't spend more than 2 minutes for each question in part B. So this is the first thing that we need to keep in our mind while we are preparing for reading. Okay, and second thing, so when we are reading the question, so basically there are categories of students who is reading the text first and then going to the question and then answer. But here for them I would like to say it is always the best option to follow a QAT method. So what's that QAT method? Q, first one we have to read the question. When you read the question, you'll come to the point which is a open-ended question, which is an open question or ended question, which means what's that? When the question is completing with a question mark, it is a ended question. So if it is an open question, which means the question which is not completed and that answer is the one going to complete the question. So it is an open question. So first we have to follow the open-ended method and we have to first select that question is, first we have to identify that question is an open-ended form. So QAT method, first thing we are going to do, read the question first and decide whether it is an open-ended question. Then move on to the option. So there are 3 options usually will be giving for the part B. So we are reading the each answer. Once we read the answer, first we have to underline the key points. So when we are reading the answer itself, we must be able to figure it out which is the key points and which are the key points that can get it from the text. So the third thing, we are going to read the text. So always go to the text last rather than go to the text first, because reading the question first and find out it is an open-ended question and underline the key points itself and it's in the question itself, and then we are going to read the 3 options. So in the 3 options we are going to underline the key points, then we are moving to the text. Now you read the text first thoroughly. When you're reading the text very first time itself, please make sure that you have understood or not that what they have given in that text. Please don't ever read simply that we are doing the reading and again I'm going to read, again I'm going to read, because your allocated time for the text B for each question is 2 minutes. So which is we are just mentally preparing ourselves for 2 minutes. So this will improve our reading as well as time management. So we able to reach the part C in a proper time, and then we can spend more time in part C, because in the part C you have total 16 questions, in which at least we need to have 10 questions correct answer to reach our mark. So it's the best idea that when you give a 2 minutes for part B each questions. So that is the very best time management. So when you are reading the question text itself, you are reading from the top to bottom of the text. While you are reading itself, please underline the key points. Whichever the key points which is related to your answer, so please underline it. Because when you have read the options itself, you could somewhat you can figure out, right? Okay, this is somewhat related to this kind of answer. We surely able to identify that. So when you are reading the text, it is easy for you to underline the key points, and also you will be come acrossing of the key points which you have underlined in your options. Okay, so when you are reading the first time itself, please try to understand and go for the second time reading. And when you're going for the second time reading, maximum try to do the elimination criteria first, because in the reading, rather than finding the answer first, if you go for the elimination criteria, it is easy for us to get the answer. So always 2 times reading the text. When you're reading the text first time itself, underline the key points and matching with your options. And second time when you're reading, you are knowing what exactly the text is explaining to us and what could be the answer. So thereby the third time you are going to do the elimination criteria. So eliminate which is not at all related to the topic, because there will be 3 options in which one option surely not at all related to that topic, so that we can easily eliminate it. There will be 2 options in which one of the options that is your answer for the text. So you know to what to do as a students when we are practicing, whenever we are come acrossing with the new synonyms. See, better to write it in the note and please read it and by heart the meaning of that, because this all will help us when you are doing your reading in the exam time. Okay, because by learning of 5 synonyms in a day, it will really help you for your reading, and also it will improve your reading fast and to get a good score in reading. This is the biggest mistake that what we are doing. We are not giving enough time to learn the synonyms. Just we are doing multiple readings and we are getting score as less than 20 or less than 25. But we are not just come to the point that where we are exactly lack in reading. Basically, most of the people won't have interest in reading. And when we are just forcing ourselves to do the reading, of course we'll find some difficulties, and also we won't have interest to do that reading. So in that situation, how we can train ourselves to improve our reading, which means basically we have to read many things, and don't initially, whomever is practicing your reading, don't go for the scoring. Just read and maximum try to understand the text, and then correlate with your 3 options and start with first elimination criteria. If you start your practice with elimination criteria, you surely able to get your answer. And some of the synonyms, of course, we does not know. Even when I'm reading also, some of the synonyms I don't know the meaning. So what should I do? We have the mobile. So go and Google it. But this is not applicable during the exam time. I know you can ask me, you all can ask me, is that applicable during the exam time? But that's what I'm saying. When we are practicing ourselves for the reading, we have to at least learn 5 synonyms from the part C and part B, what we are unaware about the meaning of the particular word. Just take it down and read it, and you can write it the meaning of that in your own language, so that you will not be forgetting. So when you are reading the same word in somewhere else of the text, it is easy for you to understand the meaning. So this is the way we have to do the part B. So part B, at least maximum out of 6, how many questions we can get? We need to get it, which means at least 4 questions right answer we need to get it, because that is very important. At least 4 questions right answer. So please follow your QAT method. First read the question, and second thing, read the answer, underline the key points from the question as well as the choice, and then go to the text and read the text first and underline the key points, and second time when you're reading it, do the elimination criteria, and then when you go to the third time, you're well able to figure out your answer. So please spend always only 2 times for the each question, and maximum try to finish it off in the 12 minutes duration itself of your part B. So remaining minutes, give a concentration on your part C. Okay, I hope these tips will surely helpful for the students whomever is struggling with your reading. So try to do that and learn the synonyms. At least 5 synonyms in a day. It's learning is better for good practicing of reading. Okay, and I will come up with a part C of reading, how to do that, and how the easily we can achieve part C, and we'll see in the next video of mine. Okay, so until then, bye bye, and whomever wants to join in our class, please contact us. Our number has given in our description. So we are now taking the crash course classes because the exam is very soon, and whomever wants to join for the class, we have 10 days, 15 days and 20 days crash course classes are available, and we are having a writing separately, speaking separately, and 4 modules, and we are providing 30 days, 40 days, 60 days, 50 days package classes also, and for the beginners also the classes are going on. So whomever wants to join, you can contact us at any time. Our number given in the description. So until then, bye bye.